Yo, what's up guys? Mike Red Fox. In this video, we're gonna check out this SenseCAP M4 Square, which is gonna allow me to run a Flux node right here in my own house. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do an unboxing, brief hardware overview, the setup, requirements of it. So let's get going. So before we get started, big shout out over to Seed Studio for sending this over to me. You can check them out at Seed Studio, that's with 3es.com. I'll leave links down in the description below, where they have the SenseCAP M4 Square, which, as I mentioned in the intro, is gonna let me run my very own first Flux node here in my house. All the other ones are running on VPSs right now, but this is gonna be cool. So let's do the unboxing first, and then we'll come back to some of the specs required in order to run this, if you're considering doing that to participate in the Flux node network of things. But let's do the unboxing, because I haven't opened this up all the way yet. So we'll switch over to the overhead camera, and we're gonna check this out. So let's do it. Got the outside sleeve off, and let's open up the inside. Got some cool little sticker guys over here. Instructions, rad. I wanna check out this hardware. So let's see what we got. Oh, this is cool. A little see-through action here. I think that's probably it. No, there's more stuff. Probably like power supply, I'm guessing, under here. Plug this thing in. Let's take a look. Stuff everywhere. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. So this is the main thing right here. That's the little server that we'll be running. But let's see what we got in here. So yep, there's your AC adapter. Let's see if we got the US. This is probably all the different countries. Yeah. Cool. Where's the one I need? Nope. Nope. Yup. Nope. Nope. All right. So this is just the adapter that I'll need to get this up and running in here. Nice. But let's give an overview of the little guy itself. So you can see all the internals there. So we'll take this off. Oh. I guess that broke. Okay. Oh, the whole thing comes off. Okay, so we'll take this off. Nice. Actually, let's take a look at the inside. So here's the inside of it there. I don't really know what I'm looking at right now. That's okay, I don't really need to. And we can see in the back we got USB 3, USB-C, SD card, and auxiliary jack. And then I'm guessing that's for Wi-Fi, maybe? I don't know. And we got 2 Ethernet ports on the back, HDMI, 2 regular USBs, DC in, so that's for your power, and that's probably the power button there. And then I guess this just magnetizes there. So, I mean, really what this is, essentially, is just a little computer that meets all the specs required to run the Flux node tier that I'm going to run. And there's some additional things you need to do, which we'll talk about internet-wise, which I've had to upload and have a little story, update, and I have a little story about that. That's it. This is just the specs that you need in order to run the Cumulus node for Flux. And we're gonna shoot over to the computer now and take a look at that, and then we'll get back to the setup of this. So let's take a look. Go over to Flux's website. You can see, in this case, we're gonna run this Cumulus node, which is some requirements. So one, you have to have 1,000 Flux, which I have ready to go. You have to have 1,000 Flux to temporarily lock up to run this node. You can get it back at any time. It's not locked up permanently. But in order to run the node, you need to have 1,000 and set it aside. And then you can see the hardware requirements here in order to run this node, which this little piece of hardware meets all of these. And then the one that is the challenge for some people is going to be meeting the internet requirements for download and upload speed. Now, I would gather, which is 25 megabits download and upload, which what I'd gather for most people, download is no problem. The upload speed can be a challenge. I'll tell you that the internet package I had for the provider around me in the beginning, before I started this whole YouTube journey, was definitely like 5 megabit per second upload. And then when I started live streaming and all that, I updated and upgraded to 15, which was just fine. But once this shipped from the sponsor of this video, Seed Studio, I realized I need to upgrade further, and I actually went to the highest package I can get from my local provider who has monopoly on my whole area, because that's how things work over here. And the most upload I could get would be 35 megabit per second. That's the most they offer, with 1200 down, which is going to be just fine for letting me run this node here at my home. But that is something to consider. If you want to do this, you may have to upgrade the internet that you have in your area. I know some of you out there are very lucky, especially the metropolitan areas where you have amazing options, but I do not. So that's what I'm working with, which is totally fine for me being able to run this here in my home. But just to take a pause here and go back, if you look at the other tier nodes, Nimbus, you need 50 megabit per second download and upload, and Stratus you need 100, which I just can't do residentially here at my house. So those nodes, I'm running one of each of those, I have running on a VPS, which can meet those requirements. So anyway, enough about that. I need to get this thing hooked up, learn a little bit more about what I need to do. I think I need to get my Flux sent over. So I'm gonna figure that out, and then we'll be back in a second. SenseCAP is powered up right now, and I downloaded their app here on my iPhone. So now I'm gonna go to setup, powered up. It's telling me to make sure that the LED that is orange here is solid amber, which it is, which means it is connected to the internet over this Ethernet. So I'm good there. And I'm gonna press this button to put it into Bluetooth pairing mode, which is how it's gonna interact with the app on the phone. Scan device. There it is. It's gonna connect now to the SenseCAP here. The app I had already pre-installed is Flux. So I'm gonna open that, and this I think is what is going to allow me to configure the Flux node and all the information that I need from Zelcore over to this SenseCAP. So it says, yep, app name Flux, deploy Flux node. Let's go ahead and do that. Cool. So this is the information that I need. I need identity key, collateral, transaction ID, output index. I'm going to get all that info from Zelcore, and I'm able to put that into this app. So let me go get it. Over in Zelcore right now, I can see the other nodes I'm running. I don't know why they're offline. The provider says they're online. I'm gonna have to look into that later, but the new node that I sent 1,000 Flux over for is the Cumulus node. And what I can do now is hit edit, and it will show me all the information right here that I need to enter over back into the app so that they can connect to each other. Okay, so I got the SenseCAP communicating with the phone, and it's starting to communicate with Zelcore. So it did everything it had to do and inputted all the information needed from Zelcore into the app so it could link my node with my collateral that I sent in Zelcore with the actual SenseCAP server that I have here in my house. It also installed a snapshot of the blockchain that took quite a while onto the SenseCAP itself. Now everything is communicating, but there's one step that is left before I can officially start this node. And as you can see here, this Cumulus node, what I'm waiting for is 100 confirmations on the network. It's currently at 33. Once it gets to 100, then it will give me the option to start the node, and it will start looking for its rewards on the blockchain. And so a little bit of work left to do. That's gonna take a while, so I'm gonna pause now, come back once it hits 100, and we'll keep going from there. It's a few days later, and because I got busy and it took a while, and I'm wearing the same clothes as I was wearing a few days ago, because I was just hoping you wouldn't think that this took me multiple days and that I was really good at YouTube, but I can't lie to you. Node is confirmed on the network. You can see it right there in the SenseCAP app, which means that everything is set up properly and the hardware is passing benchmarks on the Flux network. And you can see the same thing reflected here as I switch over to Zelcore. You can see my Cumulus node right here, also showing status confirmed, which again means it's eligible to start earning rewards shortly. More on that in a second. And if we switch over, we can see the benchmarks right here in the Flux OS dashboard, and it's met all the requirements that we saw earlier in the video for what I needed hardware-wise and bandwidth-wise to run, in this case, a Cumulus node here at home using this SenseCAP M4. Now, when is it gonna start receiving rewards? How much Flux am I gonna be getting? You can see all that on the Flux OS dashboard as well. And you can see the Cumulus node, which is again that 1,000 Flux node in a month, which we're going to look down here. In a month, we'll be earning 6.27 Flux and 5.01 Flux tokens, which are the parallel assets. So I just look at that as all Flux, and you can combine that and say just around 11 Flux per month is what I'll be earning on this Cumulus node. Big thank you again over to Seed Studio for sending this SenseCAP M4 over to me. I'm stoked to be running this Cumulus node here in my house, which joins now my Stratus and Nimbus nodes that I'm running on VPSs. If you have any questions about this SenseCAP, please leave it down in the comment section below. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you did. Sub to the channel for more GPU, ASIC, FPGA, mining content, and I guess just crypto content in general at this point. And join my Discord, social media links are all down in the description below. Check out Seed Studio. If you're looking to pick one of these up, I'll leave it linked down in the description. Otherwise, as always, please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video.